So we got to come up with something. Let's see. We are here. They are over here. We need to get from here to there. How do we do that? Well, there's a block here, so we can't go straight on. But what we can do is go around this way and come in from the top. However, we might want to send somebody else from the other side just in case they try to escape. Which means, hopefully they don't realize that there isn't a wall here. So what am I talking about? Well, today on Ancient Gods, we're discussing gods of war and strategy. It should be fun. Because I love strategy. In fact, grand strategy games are some of my favorite to play. Highly recommended. So, let's talk about that. In the ancient world, there was a lot of war going on. Everybody was always fighting somebody else. And somewhere along the way, somebody realized that, hitting somebody in the head with a club all the time, kind of stupid, because you don't ever actually win. We got to come up with something else. So they invented strategy. And they figured out that this was practically divine because, hey, look, I didn't lose half my tribe trying to do something. Yay! Because we outthought them. So, of course, there's going to be a deity on it. And there's a few. In Greece, there was one. It wasn't a god, though. It was a goddess. One of my favorites, actually. Very beautiful woman. Her name was Athena. But you say, wait, she's the goddess of wisdom and knowledge, information and all of that. Yes, she is. She's the smartest of the gods. But she was also a war goddess. Because she was over the type of war that was about strategic thought. It was about outmaneuvering your opponent, not just beating them constantly until they fell down either from exhaustion or they were dead. That was more Ares ideas. So when the Romans came in and they co-opted it, they named her Minerva instead. She was symbolized by the owl, the bird of wisdom and intelligence. To this day, we still view owls as being smarter than everybody else. Because they're always asking questions. Okay. A very famous story for Athena comes in with the founding of Athens, her patron city. Now, it was her and Poseidon that it was her or Poseidon that was going to rule it. When the people had settled the area that would become Athens, they needed to pick a god to lead them, to be their chief ruler, if you will, outside of the king of the gods, Zeus. So a bunch of people prayed, and Athena answered, and Poseidon answered. That's significant because Athens is actually a port city, so the sea going to be kind of important. So they both arrived, and Athena and Poseidon got into a little fight. Poseidon said, well, you should pick me because I am next in line for the throne. So if Zeus is gone, you kind of want a heavy hitter like me. You want the sea with you because I shall supply you with fish. I shall protect your ships. You will never fall to an earthquake. My waves will never wash away your city. You have my solemn oath on this. And Athena said, don't listen to him. He can't promise you that because he has a temper. I, on the other hand, will always protect you. Yes, you may be overrun by a foreign army, but you will always be able to retake it because through my wisdom, my intelligence, and my ideas of strategy, you will never want. Well, the people picked Athena, hence Athens. Now, had they picked Poseidon, it would have been called Posidia. And that would be the capital of Greece now. So, other gods that are all about strategy, well, one really sticks out in my head, and that is Horus from Egypt. See, I am going to do a video on the story of Horus. It's called the Aeneid. Love this story. It's fantastic. And if you've seen Gods of Egypt, they basically took that and tweaked a few things. So, Horus, yes, is a war god. He is also the god of justice and the god of vengeance, lord of the sky. What else? Obviously symbolized by a falcon, scar under the left eye, kind of like mine. That's why I like him so much. And he is the boy king and rightful ruler. Well, growing up, he wasn't king. He had to secure that right, because it had been taken from him by his uncle, Set, Seth, or Setesh, depending on the way you translate his name. Because Setesh had murdered Osiris, or Answer, who was Horus's, or Heru's, father. So he is basically growing up in partial exile while this pretender is on the throne. And, by the way, Setesh was not nice to Horus. He messed with him a lot. There's sexual abuse, there's psychological abuse, and as Horus grew up, he realized that he could not defeat Setesh outright. He had to outmaneuver him. So he became clever in his war against somebody who had brutalized his family. So he would often go to Setesh and say, I deserve to be on the throne. And Setesh would say, okay, fair enough. And he would issue him a challenge. One of the most famous challenges was the story of the stone canoe. The gods said, you know, you guys are bickering a lot. We want you to build a canoe out of stone and race it across the Nile. One who gets the other side wins. So Horus said, okay, I can do that. So he sets to work on his canoe. He goes out, gets a tree, hollows it out, and puts stones on the side. So it looks like it's made out of stone. And Setesh, meanwhile, basically makes a nice sarcophagus and then plunks it in the Nile. Well, it obviously sinks, whereas Horus's floats because it's made out of wood but has stone along the sides. He technically did not break the rules. He circumvented them. It's stuff like that. Horus being the god of war, he's more along the lines of strategic war. He's more along the lines of intelligent fighting. Whereas an individual like Setesh is more about brutal battle. And I'll talk about him later. Let's see. There's quite a few. I do need to do some research on them. But that opens up for more videos. So, that is about all I have for you today. I'll be back later with something else, but until then, like and subscribe, maybe leave some comments, and talk to you guys later.